Hello, everybody. Today we're going to talk about unethical practices in business. While India offers immense opportunities, businesses operating in the country, both domestic and international, they frequently encounter a unique set of significant challenges. Now, let's see what they are. If you look into the common challenges faced by Indian businesses in regulatory and bureaucratic challenges, you'll find that there is a complexity of regulations and compliance. So, you have a central law, you have a state law, you have licensing requirements. Then there is what is known as red tape and slow processes. Sometimes navigating the bureaucracy to get licenses and permits could be very slow. This is known as red tape. Sometimes there could be taxation issues. Of course, the goods and services tax (GST) has been simplified. At the same time, the overall tax structure also is there. But still, sometimes you could face some regulatory or bureaucratic challenges. In terms of ethical challenges, one is cronyism and favoritism. That is, cronyism is favoring relatives or blood relations. There also could be corruption. Of course, nowadays, many places there is almost absolutely no corruption at all. And then there is also lack of transparency. That is, lack of transparent decisions, opaque decisions. There might be certain loopholes that might be a place where corruption seeps in. So these are certain things which are still faced by Indian businesses. Now, in terms of infrastructure and logic, we have inadequate physical infrastructure, because sometimes the supply chain inefficiencies are the logical costs could be slightly high, and also operational disruptions. While urban areas do have a lot of digital connectivity, there are still remote parts of the country where reliable internet is still not available, and digital access also is limited. In terms of market and talent challenges, you have a fragmented market where India as a whole is a vast linguistic, cultural, and it has a lot of economic diversity, and because of that, many businesses need to localize their products, need to have different marketing strategies in different states, and this adds to their complexity and the cost. The same terms of talent acquisition, India has a large talent pool, but then finding and retaining skilled workers, especially in technical roles, can be quite challenging. Many startups and SMBs struggle to compete with large corporations, mainly on salary and also benefits. And sometimes the competition is intense because of India's consumer base being very large. Domestic and international competition across almost every sector is present. Now, there are some common types of ethical issues like discrimination and harassment, unethical accounting, unethical financial reporting, unauthorized use of technology, and environment responsibility, nepotism, unethical leadership, and even privacy violations. Thus, these challenges often interact with one another. Sometimes, there might be a complex regulatory environment challenge. This could increase the risk of corruption. So, sometimes you might have to resort to different means to bypass delays. Thank you very much, and please do subscribe.